Happy Sunday. Happy Easter Sunday. Oh, yeah. It's Super Sadiq. You're first. You firsted, bro. That's big time brownie points right there. You were ready to go. I hit live and you said, yes, sir. Happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter. 575 of you. I feel like this, I should do my own HQ game show. That'd be a lot of fun. Oh, we got 708 people here now. Everybody's playing for $2,500. Hi. Happy Easter. Hello. Others joined. Sadly? What's sadly about? Who's sad about this? Happy Easter. Hi from Australia. Hello from Canada. There's a lot. Wow, all the countries are shouting out now. It's country time. Vancouver's the city, but I appreciate that you specified where in Canada you're from. Happy Easter. Does anybody have any questions? I don't know. Q&A kind of a situation. Oh, thank you very much. I'd like to be in Psych the movie as well. I got to be weird. Blonde and British. Hello from Pakistan, bro. Way out. Or not, bro. I think you're a girl. I couldn't tell. Your avatar went by very fast. Salt Lake. What's happening? Favorite video game? Ooh, that's a good question. I think if you counted hours, life wasted, hours logged on any particular video game, if that denotes what makes it my favorite, then it would be 007 GoldenEye for a Nintendo 64. That basically shaped a solid 3 years of my life. And I do believe shaped all the first-person shooters that we play today. I was never a console, or excuse me, I was never a PC gamer, so I missed out on all the Counter-Strikes and all that kind of stuff. I only got any of that stuff when it came to console, and but yeah, N64 GoldenEye. I mean, come on, everyone played that game. Guys, girls, young, old. I mean, it was, it was fantastic. We never let anybody in my home game play as Oddjob, though, because that was just unfair. That was an unfair. That's when being really short is an incredible advantage. Well, I think you're awesome too, Olivia Minton, wherever you're at. The freaking best. I'm assuming you're referring to the game. I'm waiting for another question. Who's got a question? Have you visited Niagara Falls yet? I have visited Niagara Falls. It was very cold. It wasn't as cold as it can get at Niagara Falls, but it was very cold when I went. It was blustery. You know what? That's what it was. It was cold, but this is the thing about, you people who live around the Great Lakes, you understand this because you understand wind chill on a level that the rest of the world just doesn't understand. The wind, cold wind kicking off these lakes and the surrounding areas is just abysmal. It's horrible. It's one thing to be cold. It's another thing to have wind chill cutting you down like another 75,000 degrees. It's no bueno. But I did think Niagara Falls was very impressive and beautiful. Although it is kind of, it's surrounded by a bunch of casinos and stuff, which is odd. But okay, whatever. If you want to get your Bacharach in while you're... Alvin, Simon, or Theodore? Solid question. I think I gotta go with Alvin, honestly. He's the only one that actually had a letter on his shirt. He was a little more important than the other guys. I'm not gonna lie. He was a leader. He was the leading chipmunk, and, Simon and Theodore, though they bring a lot to the table, were no Alvin. So, which you prefer, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Nintendo? Again, based on hours logged, probably, I would say I've spent the most amount of time playing my Xbox in recent memory, or recent, years of life. Prior to all of that, it was all Nintendo. I had Sega, I had, Sega Genesis, I think was the last system of Sega that I got, and then they, they kept making some consoles, but it just wasn't my jam as much as sticking with the Nintendo train and playing all the Marios and all that jazz. And that now, because of, I got on Xbox Live when it first started, and PlayStation didn't have online at the time, and I was playing, what was I playing? Ghost Recon. OG Ghost Recon, where you couldn't even see your gun. It was just the reticule, and you were farm. There's literally a level called farm, and you're in a ghillie suit, crouching, crawling around, in the fields of hay, trying not to get sniped by some dude in a silo. It was crazy. And like literally one shot would take you out. I loved it. And you had no respawns. Oh my gosh, it was insane. I'd like to go back to that. Whoever makes Ghost Recon, can you make that game again, but like upgrade it so it looks and feels like the new games, but it's like the same game mechanics? And that'd be pretty fun. Will you do a Shazam wine with me? Shazam wine? Like a knocking point? Oh, I wonder if I should talk to Stephen Amell about doing a Shazam wine. What flavor would that be? Sauvignon Blanc. Favorite show right now? Favorite show right now? You know what? I just burned through all of season 1 of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on Amazon. Y'all need to go check that show out. It is deserving of its accolades and awards. Rachel Brosnahan, who I already love from House of Cards, she's so good. And the show is fantastic. So yeah, peep that. Favorite Marvel character? I feel like I've answered this before. It's Deadpool. It's always been Deadpool. It'll remain Deadpool. Unless they create somebody even more badass. Or Gambit. I love Gambit too. I really hope that movie happens. When will the suit be revealed? I have no idea, bruh. It's above my pay grade. What? Video skipping? I maybe that's your connection. I don't. That's pretty good. I felt pretty good about my faux video skipping right there. Thank you for watching, or rather listening to the podcast that I did with Michael Rosenbaum, Inside of You. That was therapy. That was therapy in a podcast. I think that's what Michael intended it to be. And it's genius. It's just, it's two people getting really real with each other, and Rosenbaum is kind of a perfect host. I mean, he's just a really good dude in general, but I think that he has a great way of disarming even the most armed of people and getting walls to come down. And he didn't even try to ply me with booze either. That was my choice. I wanted booze. But yeah, go check that out. It's a great podcast. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Where am I? I'm in Toronto. I continue to be in Toronto. This is not a bathroom, by the way. These are curtains to my backyard. Do you speak Spanish? Un poquito. Mi español. Yo aprendo en la escuela y para media años y muchas aprendo de vacaciones en México y Costa Rica y España. But it's así. Hey, what's your favorite color? Taupe. That's not true. Ecru. I like Ecru because it's often and commonly used in crossword puzzles. Can you come to Austin, Texas? I would love to come home to Austin, Texas. I hope everybody in Austin's good and safe. The whole bombing thing was freaking me out, and I was checking in with folks out there. I hope everybody's okay, and I was definitely praying for y'all. Will you do an episode of Supernatural? I mean, I've been on those boys for so long to bring me on the show. I would love nothing more. I would love to do an episode of Supernatural. I even told them I don't care what I play. And they've ghosted me. They don't even follow me. They don't even know I'm talking about them right now because they don't even follow me on Instagram. Those guys, they're very important people. Ooh. Favorite food? Either like proper New York thin crust pepperoni and pineapple pizza, or just like the freshest, juiciest, most buttery salmon sashimi with a little soy and wasabs, just for days. So good. Will I be at Fan Expo in Toronto? No, I will not be at Fan Expo. Oh my gosh, HQ is... The big game is $75,000 tonight, guys. HQ is $75,000. What? That's in 1 hour, so I'm going to have to hop off of this thing before HQ starts tonight. They didn't pay me for that. They should pay me for that. This is not alcohol, by the way. This is elderberry syrup in warm water, which is so much not as fun. Favorite grade school teacher? Favorite grade school teacher? Mrs. Kitch, she was pretty dope. Mrs. Morris was pretty dope. Mrs. Elsenbaum. Grade school. I jumped around a good bit, so I had different teachers. I'll go with those. Hello from Brazil. Yes, Brazil. I want to visit Brazil. I got to get down there at some point. Be the same, sweet and honest? Well, okay, stop it. I'm going to be sweet and honest. Sing something. Maybe. I don't know. I'm a teacher. Come down to Austin. Okay, well, we've talked about Austin and teachers today, so that, I guess, is an appropriate message. Deadpool 2 is going to be so good. I think it is. I mean, the trailers are so good, right? And like, typically with movies, trailers tend to be real good, and then the movie, you go to see them. A lot of times you go to the movie and you're like, that was not nearly as good as the trailer. But I think that Ryan Reynolds, man, I just think that guy is super smart and he's super talented, and he gets it. And that's why the trailers and ads and everything have all kind of worked together with the films to be funny and smart and fun. And that's what they should be. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Meeting some of X-Force. What? Speak Portuguese? I don't speak any Portuguese. But if you kind of like barely listen when I'm speaking Spanish, it probably sounds like Portuguese. You know, Latin languages and all. Hello from Turkey. Hello, Turkey. Gobble, gobble. Marvel is missing out. You should be there. Oh, well, we had a great time. It was a great time while it lasted. It is what it is. They're doing just fine. And so am I. So, yay for all of us. Hello, Maryland. Take your shirt. I love that your message says take your shirt out. Not take your shirt. I think you meant off. Maybe not. Maybe you meant you wanted me to take like a shirt, just take it outside and be like, bad shirt, which is totally normal, particularly for an Instagram live Q&A. Super excited for the last season of Game of Thrones. Super excited for the last season of Game of Thrones. I'm very disappointed in this whole like, oh, it's going to be this time, and then it's not, and then it's not, and then it's not. That just gets me crazy. We've already covered my Hablasing Españoli. What is your go-to snack food? Snack food. You know what I like? Salted pistachios. I like salted pistachios. I like pistachios because it's an activity and a snack combined. I like that. All the hip Twitter terms. What hip Twitter term did I learn? I didn't even know that I did. You should be on the Arrowverse. I've also talked to Stephen Amell about this. Guys, it's, from your lips to God's ears. What director do I want to work with? I don't know. There's a laundry list of directors I'd like to work with. I'd like to work with Paul Thomas Anderson. I'd like to work with Wes Anderson. I'd like to work with other Andersons. I think working with Clint Eastwood would be pretty dope. I know that, I thought he retired at one point, and then he didn't retire, but so he's probably going to retire again soonish, and I think that'd be pretty cool to work with him. Spielberg, Zemeckis. I mean, all the guys that made all those movies that I grew up on. I think that'd be pretty dope. Oh, Greta Gerwig, by the way. I would like to work with Greta Gerwig as well. I just saw Lady Bird and just thought it was delightful. Jason Momoa, badass portrayal in Justice League. I did see Jason Momoa's badass portrayal as Aquaman. You've neglected to put that in. I mean, it is kind of like it's a given. We all know that he played Aquaman, but still, grammatically speaking, yeah, he was fantastic. And those eyes, you just get lost in those eyes. What color is my toothbrush? It's white. Thank you for asking. See, hard-hitting questions coming out of whoever that was. What was my favorite moment from Wieners? Oh, man. I mean, honestly, my favorite part of Wieners was just working with Keenan and Fran. The three of us, I mean, we just hung out all the time, and in Salt Lake, we shot the movie in Salt Lake and the surrounding area, and it was very strange. I don't think I'd ever been to Salt Lake at that point, and I was in Salt Lake and working there, and I was like, okay, and would go to Park City and saw some concerts and stuff, and yeah, it was just like a really cool experience. But then, favorite moment in it? I don't know. It definitely wasn't that hot bod competition. That was so embarrassing. I beyond embarrassing. How to start acting if you don't have an agent? That's actually a really good question. So, what I recommend to everybody who asks me, because my whole journey was super. I mean, honestly, it was supernatural, in my humble opinion. I think it was a very deeply spiritual thing, and I believe that God opened a whole bunch of doors for me supernaturally. That's a story for another time. But if that didn't happen for me, I always recommend to people, I think what you need to do is you need to go be a part of like a great acting workshop with a great acting teacher that has a legitimate showcase that they bring into the class, a showcase of casting directors or producers or whomever. And you got to vet this stuff. You can't just take people's word for it, but those exist. They do, primarily in Los Angeles and in New York as well, possibly. But that's, that to me is the best way to do it, because if you have talent, then that teacher will see it, and those people that they bring in for the showcases will see it. So I think that's a good way to do it. Favorite animal? Horse. I've thought a lot about that. I like horses. I might be allergic to them, or I might just be allergic to the hay that they eat and roll around in. I'm not quite sure. But horses to me are just badass. First of all, they're like giant dogs, so how can you not love that? Second, they're madly powerful. Like when you ride a horse, you feel a whole other connection to the animal kingdom and to earth and anything, I think. Unless you're terrified and then you're just feeling your butt tighten so you don't shit your pants. That's also an option. But I love how they, like dogs, they sense you. You sense them. They have personality. And I also, just from a historical standpoint, love how horses have changed the world more than really any other animal, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not a historian nor an animal historian. I bet there's a term for that. But just in, I guess a lot of that has to do with warfare and death, in how horses have changed the world. But think about it, like we're bipeds. It would take us a while to get from point A to point B. And then once man figured out how to tame this massive beast, they could go 10 times the distance. It's very impressive to me. I like horses. Would I do another movie with Tom Hiddleston? Of course. Tom Hiddleston is so incredibly talented and a good guy to boot, and an acquaintance. So of course. How long until you see the Shazam trailer? Oh, hon, I have no idea. No, you're the best person. Oh, I just missed your name. Oh, maybe you're not the best. Maybe that was fate telling me that actually wasn't true. Am I coming back to Dragon Con? I hope so, at some point. I don't know whenever they invite me, I suppose. My boyfriend and I were debating this. What is your natural hair color? Well, clearly this is my natural hair color. Can't you see it? Stop. This jet black. My natural hair color is probably like dark brown? I don't know. I don't know enough about shades of colors and shades of dyes to know. Is there something called like burnt chestnut? I have no idea. Something like that, like a burnt chestnut. Am I coming to the UK? I've been to the UK, so check that one off. No, you're beautiful, Tichowny 82. Got it. No, you're amazing, Molinak. Got it. No, you come to Brazil. Oh, I see. That was a different thing. Been through favorite video game. Hello, Shippendale 91. Hello. Who's another superhero or villain you would want to work with or fight? I mean, I mean, now that I'm Shazam, I want to work with everybody in the DCEU. I think that'd be pretty dope. I mean, I've already gushed about Gal before, and Momoa, and everybody else. I've done that. No, I don't know. Like, I think I'd like to do things that are very much a part of what the comic canon is. Like, I think like a big knockdown, drag-out fight between Supes and Shazam would be baller. And I think, you know, if these movies keep going well and, you know, we can keep making more and The Rock is Black Adam and he does his standalone, like building toward a big battle with him, with Supes, like in the cartoon. Wouldn't that be amazing? I don't know. I think that'd be pretty sick. And I think Black Adam is a really, like, worthy big bad guy. Like, you know, be like the Thanos of DC or something. I don't know. These are just, I'm spitballing here. By the way, these are only my ideas. Nobody's told me any of this stuff. If it ends up happening, then I'm a genius. I am excited about Infinity War. I think it's going to be cool to see all of that come together. It was one of my favorite comic series when I collected. Oh, Jess Collins, you're major. And where is Rue? And when are you visiting? It's awful that you're not here. Villanova or Michigan? Wait. Did they play today? I haven't been following Final Four. Guys, here's the thing. If you don't ever go to college, which is not my case. I went to 3 days of community college, so I have a little bit of an alma mater. But I really don't have an alma mater. So I watched Final Four, March Madness. You know, I'm kind of like rooting for everybody. I like the Cinderella stories. I like it when, you know, kids who were just like passed over for scholarships at massive other schools step up and David those Goliaths. I don't know. I think that's a beautiful, amazing thing. Hello. Do I like the Tron movies? Yeah, I really love the first Tron movie. Ask your boss for a Shazam and Harley Quinn relationship. Ooh! You know what? Margot Robbie. Yeah, Harley Quinn. That'd be fun. I don't know. No, I don't speak French. I'm sorry. Like, teeny little bits. I speak just enough French to get myself in trouble when attempting to use that French, speaking it to French speakers. It's really, you know, and not to poo-poo those who speak French or in French places, but when I've been to France and when I went to Montreal in French Canada, I'd always heard, like, you know, they, like, Parisians don't like it if you're just like a tourist and you're not even trying. And so it's like, okay, cool, I'm going to try. I'm going to use what little French I have. And so that I did, and my dialect is very good. Guys, I do voices. And so then they think from my dialect, oh, he speaks French. And then they prattle off a whole bunch of French to me that I don't understand, and then I have to look at them and go, ooh, sorry, English, American, and they look at me as if I just shit on the table. Like, I couldn't be more of a horrible person. And that happened to me in both those places, and it bummed me out. It did, because I know there's a lot of incredible French people out there, and I do quite like the French and the French food. Do you consider yourself a Chad? I don't know. Maybe a hanging Chad? Anybody? I don't speak Italian. Again, it's like the French thing. I speak a little bit. But in Italy, I never felt like anybody was judging me. I don't know. I'm sorry. These questions are coming in so fast. And look at all the hearts. Guys, you guys with your hearts. You're just the best. You really are. Backstreet Boys are in sync. Yes. We can be best friends, PX22. Did we just become best friends? We just did that. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, guys. Happy Easter. By the way, I am going to try and make this a thing. I want to, not every Easter, although that would be interesting. But I want to I'm trying to cut down on my social media and how much time I'm spending in it. I'm not going to, like, disappear, but I think reserving a lot of it, like these lives, for the weekends, is going to be something I'm going to try and do, so everybody kind of knows, hey, on Sundays, we're going to do this kind of stuff. Social media Sundays. I don't know. Hashtag. Although Sunday is kind of a sacred day for a lot of people, so I might have to shift that to social media Saturdays, but I kind of like Sunday. You know what I mean? It's cool. It's easy. It's relaxed. You want to be my friend, F-R-A-N-D. Well, we're going to have to work on your grammar and your spelling, and then I'll think about it. The Chuck movie will happen if and when it happens. That's all I'm going to say on that. I want it to happen. Can you come to Birmingham? Done it. In both England and Alabama. Thank you. What's up, Soupness? Okay, saw you. Shout, Jay Lawson. Portugal loves you. I love Portugal. I will not yell Shazam. That's part of my job. I get paid to do that. Unless you want to throw me some coin in my Venmo. Oh my gosh, is that the future? Just me being a monkey? Just you guys asking me to do things and you just watching you put money in my Venmo? Guys. Think about it. Think about it. Will you come to Dallas Fan Expo one year? I'd love to. It's all schedule stuff. What's the elderberry for? Because I'm feeling a little run down. I got some apple cider vinegar ready to rock after this. I honestly, we had a little bit of a 3-day weekend, and by a little bit of a 3-day weekend, I mean we had a 3-day weekend, and I may like a little raged last night and had a blast. I danced like someone who likes to dance a lot, and but also drank a little, with that, and so my immune system's like a little down, and I need to get some of this stuff in me. Got to get that early drink. I mean, or late. I mean, depending on what your schedule's like. I don't know that you need to drink early. Oh, come! Wow, it's all happening so fast. Go watch Jesus. Is Jesus Christ Superstar on today? I guess that would be. I guess that would be pretty fitting and smart of NBC to do that on Easter. I don't think I can get it. I'm in Canada and without NBC. I don't know that they're playing on any channel here. I have tried kombucha. Literally, do you guys all see these questions? I think you probably do, don't you? Because if you can't see all these questions coming in, then this must look like the rantings of a crazy person, the way I'm switching between answers. Yes, it is. You cried at the end. Shazam and Superman, we want to see that fight. Yeah, I know, right? Wouldn't that be dope? I'm in Canada shooting a movie called Shazam. Scream as loud as you can't. No, see, you got to put money in my Venmo for that. Favorite thing that I've been in? Oh man. I mean, this is up there probably. Chuck. It will always be one of the greatest things I've ever been a part of, and greatest families I've ever been a part of, and adventures, and it was super hard, and it beat the crap out of me in a lot of ways, but it was the beginning of all this. I would imagine most of the people that are asking me questions on Instagram right now have been following me since then. Not much has changed, and now this has come, and also Tangled was great. I mean, come on, Tangled. The gift that keeps on giving. Do you do your own stunts? I try to. I do as many of my own stunts as I can. Yeah, I quite like the physical aspect of this job when we can get it. And, and I've said it before, but there's only 2 people in the world that get to do the things that, an actor gets to do in an action movie. It's the actual people who do those things. And then schmucko actors like me who pretend to be those people. So, rappelling down the side of a building is reserved for SWAT and CIA and FBI and those folks. And then I put on my acting hat and I get to rappel down a building. Suckers! Captain Marvel, faux life. I see you, Speed Blaze. I see you. Chuck was the first show you watched? Are you 7? Any acting tips? Don't suck. That's always a good one. That's what people tell me. The best directors I've ever worked with are like, suck a little less. Thank you, sir. Love from the Philippines. Sending love back, y'all. I have not been to Toronto Island other than flying in and out of Billy Bishop, which I think is a great little airport when it's not covered in fog and I'm stuck in Buffalo. That's accurate. I don't know what that was accurate about, but I think your accurate comment is also accurate because I'm a pretty accurate person. Hi from Argentina. Hello, Argentina. Singing tips. I honestly, I've always just sang. I grew up in a family that, we all would sing songs and stuff and for shits and giggles, just having fun. And then I got into musical theater and I loved musical theater and I continued to sing. And if that means anything, it's that I've probably learned wait, I'm back. Am I back? Did it come back? Oh, guys. I just got a phone call, and now my screen is totally blank. I can't see anything. I literally can't see anything. Oh, hold on. Nope. No! Oh, no. I'm looking at a blank screen. I don't know what to say. I'm going to end this. I'm going to try it again. And we're back. Guys, it's technology. It's not bulletproof, You think it's great, you think you're good, you think everything's just flying along, and then, boom. Your live feed from Instagram is cut and life is over. It's the end. What do you do? What do you do when your social media fails you? You can't do anything. There's not even life to live anymore. Your constant drip of dopamine and serotonin is just robbed from you. And what are you gonna go outside? What are you gonna do? You gonna go spend time with your family and your friends? Please, that's just insanity. It's 2018. How you doing, Gigi Nest? Gigi Nest? I don't know. That can go a couple of different ways. G's have a soft and hard pronunciation. Eugene Fandral or Chuck in a fight? I'm going to say Fandral because he's a demigod. that pretty much is the end of the conversation. Where's Asher? I don't know. Living Asher's life? I don't keep him in my house, contrary to popular opinion. We're also not the same person. Maybe that's what you're wondering. Are you waiting for me to just say Shazam so he can be here and you can ask him questions? Because we can try and arrange that too, if need be. Why the crap suit? Wow. Okay. Well, I don't think it's a crap suit. I think my suit is fucking bomb, to be perfectly honest. And I know that there hasn't been an officially released photo yet, but there have been incredibly high quality photos that have been released. And I think that any of you people out there who are still hung up on what the suit looks like are just wanting to be angry for angry's sake. I think you're very insecure. You probably are dealing with some stuff in your own life and you feel a little powerless. And I'm sorry that you do. Wherever you're at and whatever you're going through, I'm sorry that you're going through that. But I do think you should probably take a second and reflect on why you are as negative as you are about maybe anything in life. And then relook at the suit and go, actually, hey, you know what? They're trying really hard to make something that's awesome and that pleases a lot of different people because Captain Marvel's been around for a really long time and has had a whole bunch of different iterations of suits. So you can't win them all, but you can at least hope that people will give you a fair shake. So for any of you out there that still don't think you've been given a fair shake and don't want to give us a fair shake, well then, sucks to your ass, Mar. I don't know what to tell you. What more questions? Did you make any scene with Dwayne Johnson already? Wouldn't you like to know? No, I haven't. Dwayne Johnson is not in this movie, guys. He's not. It's not. I don't know how. I think originally, way back, they were going to do a Black Adam and Captain Marvel situation, but he's The Rock. He deserves his own movie. Although I will say that one day I came to work and there was like a camera crew, like a full-on like telephoto lens situation over away from our base camp, and we drove in, and our base camp PA informed us that the guy had been planted there since morning, trying to get pictures of the rock, which just delighted me. It delighted me because the guy, paparazzi. I'm sorry if you take pictures as a paparazzi. I know, there's a lot of shit jobs in the world, and that's a shit job. I don't want to do that. I wish you guys wouldn't do it. It's a little leechy, I think, and not the tasty kind that are like a fruit from the Orient. But so this guy's out there super early and all day long. I think he did it for 2 days. He was waiting for pictures of the rock. And I secretly, not even secretly, pretty much out loudly to everyone around, laughed and was just like, that's what you get. That's what you get for being a leech and for being an uninformed leech. Come on, bro. You're just wasting your day. Not a fruit? What are you talking about? A lychee? A lychee's not a fruit? Come on. There's some lies being told right now. Cake or pie? Pie. Circle gets the square. Pie. Pie I prefer over cake because pie is just, I know a lot of people hate this word. I love it. Moist. I think pie is a more moist, satisfying thing to eat than cake. Cake typically ends up being pretty dry, and you're hoping for enough icing to make it palatable, and that icing typically tends to be pretty, black icing. I don't know. It's it's like hard, I'm not about that. There is a great cake shop in LA called Sweet Lady Jane's. I think it's called Sweet Lady Jane's. And they make a cake. It's I think it's like the triple berry or something. And it's white angel food cake with the silkiest soft white frosting through 3 layers with strawberries and blueberries all put into it. That's a cake, folks. But I can go get a cheap-ass pie and it still tastes great. Go to Marie Callender's. Have you guys ever gone to Marie Callender's? Go grab yourself a chocolate cream pie or a coconut cream pie or a banana cream pie or an apple pie or whatever pie. That's a good pie. This live was the best gift from April's Fool. What if this entire live wasn't April Fool's? What if this wasn't really me right now? Think about that. And then put money in my Venmo account. There's a little smolder for you. What if that was a smolder? What's the best pizza? Pepperoni pineapple. New York thin crust. We've been through this. Guys, stop asking me questions I've already answered. You can hear Fortnite in the background. That is Eric Blackman playing Fortnite like an addict. Like an addict. You thought social media was the crack that social media is? This thing, it's wrecking lives.
Hey, shut up!
I'm not saying Fortnite itself. I'm saying you specifically. What else? Come on, more questions? I don't know. How much longer can I do this? I feel like I've been doing this for a really long time. Gene Books. Zuckerwaff, I have no idea what that means. I love you too, Sandros P77. Oh, you know Eric. Oh, Heidi Michelle Schwartz says she knows you. Favorite word? Stalactite. That's not true, but I do like that word. Favorite book? Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. That is true. That's a really messed up book, and I would recommend everyone go read that book. I read it in high school. It was required reading, and I hated required reading. Weeding? I hated required weeding as well, going out and getting out of the grass, which I did have to do occasionally as a chore. No, required reading I hated in school because I didn't really like reading all that much. I like playing video games. I was like, oh, video games is reading, but I get to participate in it. Oh, somebody just told me to fuck myself. All right, well, cheers. Thank you. But Brave New World is, to me, like the original most epic episode of Black Mirror that's ever been done, at least in text form. And it's all kind of coming true. And it's friggin' terrifying. So it's a real pick-me-up book. It's like Chicken Soup for the Soul, but the opposite. How do I like Toronto? I like Toronto, actually. I've lived up here a few times now, and it's gotten better every time I've been up here, and the food is fantastic, and the people that I've met and become friends with up here are really lovely. So it's cool. I've been to Italy. You're welcome. I love my sense of humor too. Thank you very much. I appreciate that somebody appreciates the thing that I appreciate about me. Star Wars or Star Trek? Don't make me choose. You should never ask anybody that question, particularly if they really like sci-fi. It's not fair. Those are two completely different worlds, and they both stand up and on their own 2 feet. And ne'er the twain shall meet, because they're completely different worlds. Although, guys, what about, could we figure out a Star Wars, Star Trek crossover? How does that work? How does that work? Shout out from me and my older sister, Johanna? It was like Moana, but with a J-H. There was no vowel between J and H, and that was a very strange consonant pairing. I didn't know what to do with that. Favorite episode of Black Mirror? All of them. In fact, actually, you know what? Somebody asked me earlier, what is my favorite series? And I said what I recently watched was The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which you guys should go check out. But probably, no joke, probably my favorite series on television is, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up between, and now I'm forgetting the other show. Oh my god. What is it? Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Somebody can help me here. It's 6 episodes. It was on Amazon. Phoebe Waller-Bridge wrote and starred in it. Dirtbag, Fleabag. I think it was Fleabag. Unbelievably good. Just unbelievably good. Go see Fleabag. But also at Black Mirror. It's a toss-up between Fleabag and Black Mirror. A lot of English influence and all that. I think the English are doing a lot of very good things. But every episode of Black Mirror needs to be watched. Honestly, if I were a sociology teacher or a history teacher or just any teacher, I would have that as mandatory, like required reading. This is required watching. Every child needs to watch what is happening to our world and where technology is taking us. And before any of you guys start going, oh, that's alarmist, that's crazy, that's so far in the future, it all happens one step at a time, people. We got to pull our heads out of our asses. We're all marching toward that place. If you don't think that our entire civilization is going to have some merit system where we're rating each other, you're doing it right now. You're literally giving me hearts on my thing. You're rating how much you like this, which, by the way, I appreciate. I do appreciate the hearts. But every time we take an Uber, every time we go to Yelp, we're just judging. You're just, nah. And if you're in a bad mood, ding, 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 negative, negative, negative. I mean, guys, and that's currency. That's social currency. That shit actually means something to other people. Whoo, go watch Black Mirror. Go make your kids watch Black Mirror. Ease them in. Don't start with the prime minister having sex with a pig. That's just a difficult, that's why that was the first episode. I don't know. You don't let your daughter use cell phones or tablets. I think that's wise. I think that we need to figure out when a good age to do that is, you could never ding me. Yeah, you could. I'm dingable, particularly if you're in a bad mood. You're like, I'm over this guy. Who does he think he is? WTF? I'm assuming that's in reference to the Prime Minister and the pig. But I have been to Australia. Love Australia, by the way. And New Zealand. I think you folks down in that part of the world are pretty groovy. I know, Black Mirror scares me too, but I love it. I think it's necessary. Have you heard of Holy Mattress Money? No. Let's see. Any other DC characters you would have liked to play? I don't know. All of them. When you get to that level, it's kind of like, why am I being that choosy? I don't know. There's so many great characters. Thinking of questions is so hard, isn't it? I know. It's a difficult thing. I will tell Jack Dylan Grazier that you love him a lot. He is amazing. I agree. I should slaughter a pig? I don't know what that has to do with anything. I can't imagine. Thank you. I'm grateful to have gotten this gig. I'm grateful to get to bring Shazam to life. I know a lot of people have been waiting a long time. And by a lot of people, I don't know what that number is. But I know a good amount of people who are very passionate about this character have been waiting a really long time. And, I don't know. I'm still pinching myself. It's so crazy. It's so, so crazy. Kraft mac and cheese or Velveeta. Here's the deal. And the hate mail I'm about to get on this. Actually, that's not true. I don't know. To me, it's Kraft mac and cheese 10 times out of 10. I can't, if I have the option, if it's got to be Velveeta, then hey, I'm good. Because I just like mac and cheese. I think the real question is mac and cheese or death. And it's like, well, it's mac and cheese, like, because otherwise I will die. But, and this might be a little controversial, but have you ever tried the Velveeta creamy cheese stuff with the Kraft noodles? Or sometimes I've gone crazy with my mac and cheese in the past. There's something that's still a little off-putting to me that I'm making mac and cheese with powdered cheese. And there is something more satisfying with that creamy Velveeta stuff. Even though I know both of them, if you really broke it down in a lab, are doing no favors to your colon. So, yeah, still gotta go Kraft, 10 out of 10. Zach, go to bed? Am I that not entertaining? Do I not amuse you? You're like Sonny of Monsters University? Okay, all right. I'm confused. Well, considering you didn't put a D at the end of that, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I have been about DC and Marvel. I have. And a Disney Prince. I mean, guys, I'm doing pretty good. Pinching myself. What's for dinner? More chicken and broccoli? Or something? I don't know. Some form of chicken and some form of broccoli? Oh, your birthday was... well, happy birthday to whoever was out there. Your mother makes you watch Chuck with her. Well, first of all, your mama awesome. And second, you're welcome. You're welcome for having such an awesome mama who's making you watch Chuck. I have tried Fortnite. I have played Fortnite. I like Fortnite. It was honestly taking up a little too much of my time, and I couldn't invest. It's a deep cut, you know. There's a lot of those little things and character buildings, and I had already spent a lot of my time building characters in Destiny too, and playing Zelda. Guys, it's a difficult job juggling all of these virtual worlds. There's your dad right there. Money in the Venmo, please. Thank you. Can you do a Wonder Woman symbol? You mean that one? Money in the Venmo. Or you mean this one that looks like Weezer? Money in the Venmo. Money in the Venmo. Oh, that's going to be like my rap song. I think I should do a rap song that's about money in my Venmo. Or at least some rapper should do that. You know, that's going to be very relevant, I think. Gold chains, money in my Venmo. Does Shazam have a pose? He has many. Depends on what he feels like posing as. Favorite song at the moment? I don't know. What's my favorite song? You know what? So I've had the Cars Greatest Hits album. I've had a lot of greatest hits albums. Let's be honest. Anyone who was born between like 1975 and now, we have gotten gold. Nobody before us really had these massive compilations of all the best cuts of all the best bands. They had to sift through B-sides like no tomorrow. We get these incredible collections of A-sides. And I was re-listening to the Cars Greatest Hits on set the other day. I mean, guys, it's like every single song is either very, very good or great. And they're all a part of my childhood. They're the part, every single one of them is some part of the soundtrack of my life. I couldn't. So go check that shit out. Hogwarts House, Gryffindor, please. I love David Sandberg. He's awesome. He is the sweetest of Swedish men. He is so incredibly just reserved and but still warm and I think he and Maxime, our DP, are creating a lot of cool art to hopefully make a great movie. Favorite board game. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know what my favorite board game. Clue? I do love Clue. Maybe because I love the movie Clue so much. But I do like the board game Clue a lot as well. But the movie's great. The movie's great. Also part of our childhood. We only know that. I read this article. People like our age only know that. Our age, I don't know. There could be 6-year-olds watching this. But as a 30-year-old, Clue played on cable nonstop because it bombed in the theaters. So then the cable companies were able to buy it for so cheap, and they played it nonstop, and it became our childhood. Guys, 1 + 2 + 1 + 1. John Campbell, the next time somebody asks you if you're a god, you say yes. It's Milla time. Let's see. How long? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this for 11 more minutes. That's how long I'm going to do this for. And then I'm going to go watch some Netflix or something. Who would I want to be in the Clue movie? Wadsworth. What are you, nuts? What are you, nuts? You crazy? Out of your mind? Although, if I couldn't be Wadsworth, I would happily play Colonel Mustard, Professor Plum. I mean, Christopher Lloyd, Martin Mull. Mr. Green? I mean, come on. I have played Dungeons and Dragons in the past. It was very, happened was gone when I was a kid. My buddies, we didn't play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. But now it's like having a massive resurgence right now. My friend Kyle Newman plays Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, according to his Instagram, he's playing it 24/7. My fitness transformation has inspired tons. Well, I don't know about that yet, anyway. But I hope it inspires some folks. I mean, I feel very proud of myself. I've been working out like a madman, and I'm healthier and stronger than I've ever been. And I look forward to, talking about that whole journey with people. I have seen. Yes, I love Stranger Things. I told you about Stranger Things. What, are you kidding? Okay, let's see. Come on. I need some actual questions here. Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter? Oh, come on, man. You're just going to make me make enemies. Superman or Captain Marvel, who would win in a fight? I don't know. Let's find out. Hello from Mexico! Don't you mean Hola de Mexico? Stop it. I do want to get a tattoo. I just don't know what it would be. And that is not the tattoo you want to get. As far as I'm concerned. Go-to karaoke song. There are so many, guys. There are really so many. I do love Weezer, Say It Ain't So. I like I do like Young MC Bust a Move. That's always a classic. A Shazam tat. I have thought about getting a Shazam tat. I know, it's crazy, right? I mean, speaking of Lord of the Rings, in the Lord of the Rings, all those guys got the same tattoo to commemorate their time doing Lord of the Rings. Granted, that was a year and a half of their lives and all over New Zealand. But this might end up being, a year and a half or more of my life. I did play Magic the Gathering. And then you know what? I stopped playing Magic the Gathering because a dude I was playing with stole some of my cards. I'm not even kidding. I got a Shiva Dragon right when I started out of one of my packs that I bought. And I was so stoked about it. And the next thing I knew, it and a couple other of my best cards were gone. And I had to go and confront this dude. I was in high school. I had to go confront this dude and be like, yo, where my Shiva Dragon at, bro? And he backed down. He's like, yeah, I got your card. I was like, and this is the people I was playing with. So I was like, done. Who would win in a rap battle, me or Josh Gomez? Joshua Gomez, hands down. That dude is mad talented, by the way. Musically mad talented. If you guys haven't bought his album yet, you should go check that out. It's on iTunes. Oh! And down goes Frasier. And we're back. You should go check out Joshua Gomez's album. It's really, really good. It's cool, trancey music. Justin Bieber heart. Okay. What's this? Smallville or Man of Steel Superman? Can't we all just get along? I would love to bring Nerd HQ to Florida. I would love to bring Nerd HQ to a whole bunch of different places. I gotta figure out this new format in San Diego first and see if it works, and fixing it all so that it can sustain itself in plenty of other places. But that's my goal. That's my dream. I've not been to Ireland. I gotta go to Ireland. I want to go to the north and the south and all that. Would I rather be Lord Farquaad or Shazam? I mean, I'm gonna have to think about that and get back to you. Duh. Lord Farquaad, clearly. What do you think? Oh, wow, it moves very fast. I've been to New Zealand. I've been there. I love that place. Come to Philly Comic-Con. Waiting for the invite. Would I work on a West End stage? I would love to work on a West End stage. I don't know when. I don't know when. Whenever that opportunity presents itself and I've got the time and there's, a show that's right to do. I mean, I think that would be a really cool way to live in London. So I would quite like to do that. Let's see here. I got a few more minutes. Would I become a director? I have directed a few things. I've directed a few episodes of Chuck and a few shorts as well, and I would like to direct more, but it really just kind of, again, that's all scheduling too, and that's a lot. Being a director, there's a lot of responsibility and so many balls you have to juggle and keep things going, and it's more than just being able to focus on your role as an actor and show up and do your scenes and go home, But I do love it. It's a world building and character building in a way that as an actor alone you don't fully get to do. Just waiting for another question that makes a little sense and that I can read. Favorite Broadway show? She Loves Me. Recently revived by the Roundabout Theater Company. All-Star Cast. First Day. I don't know. I mean, I've only done 2. Unless you mean the ones that I haven't seen, but I don't know why I would pick one I haven't seen or haven't been in over one I have been in. That's not true. I could totally pick another one. I don't know. There's a lot of really good shows out there. I want to go see some shows soon. There's a lot of shows that are about to pop up, I think. Didn't Frozen just open? Guys, I might need to go check out some Frozen. See what that looks like up on the big stage. See if Tangle got a chance at being up on a big stage. How many movies Disney did you do? Do you still drive a Nissan GTR? I don't. Sold it. Did you get to see Dear Evan Hansen? I did. I really liked it. Did they kill you off in Thor because of Shazam? No, they killed me off in Thor because that's what they wanted to do. Favorite movie? In a Pinch, Groundhog Day, followed by Amelie. Frozen or Tangled? I mean, come on, guys. Tangled, please. I can't, what? That is some bias I can't let go of. On a scale of 1 to 10, how dope is James Roday? Is -2 an option? Do you believe in... Oh, dear. He's an 11, guys. -11. Oh, man. Now I'm just getting punchy. I've been doing this a while. This is a long time. Let's see. No. Keep more questions. Do you miss Chuck? Certainly. Guys, HQ is coming up in 3 minutes. I hope I'm in Justice League 2. I hope there's a Justice League 2 and that I get to be in it. That would be amazing. Is Alan a moist moody? What does that even mean? Why? Who? When you were writing that, did you think anyone else would understand it? I don't... What color by hair you? Is Yoda typing these out? What is happening? Shazam costume, does it make me feel powerful? Fuck yeah. I mean, you can't not feel powerful when you're wearing something like that. It's insane. Everyone just wants to touch you. Yo, you're playing HQ? Sweet. So will I. I would love to do another period piece, yes. And thank you for liking Alias Grace. I quite liked it as well. I think Sarah Gadon is such a talent, and really everyone involved. I I don't know why that didn't get more play. I actually thought more people would see it and like it, and that Sarah at least would get some run at a Golden Globe or something. I don't know. Is this no? I don't know what am I hyped for Wonder Woman 2? Yeah. Shabra. You look like Shriek. It's spelled Shreak. Now, I don't know. Are you referring to Shrek, but you added an A? Or are you referring to Screech from 90210? No, excuse me, from Saved by the Bell. Because I could have gone either way with that. I will not read the comments later, or later, for that matter. Shrek is love. Shrek is life. Okay. Lucky number 24. And, guys, I'm getting the light. Looks like that's my time. That's my time. 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. Hey, it's been emotional. Sending all you guys so much love. Happy Easter. Genuinely happy Easter. I'm not honestly big on holidays. I think they've all been taken over by consumerism and nonsense. But for all of you who do celebrate this day for the spiritual inclinations, be it Christian or Passover for all the Jews out there, or anybody who's celebrating it as even kind of in a just celebrating time with family and friends and using that time that we're given as a national holiday. I hope it's been awesome. I hope it's been a time of reflection and love and soaking in God's love and the love of the people around you. And may we all take that and pour it back into more people and pour it back into our communities and back into society. I don't mean to sound too hippy-dippy, but the older I get, the more I genuinely believe that it's just a bunch of really hurting people out there, and we really can make a difference by making them feel loved and less hurt and less abused and less traumatized by the things they've gone through in their life. So sending you guys all that love right now. God bless you. Happy Easter, happy Passover, happy secular bunnies and eggs. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.